Hello everyone, Chocolo Roberto here for another video review. So one of these Karl Fazer Finnish sensations. This time it's salty popcorn in milk chocolate. Yeah, so there we go. So it's another lovely, I do like this Fazer design actually. So it's another typical one. So typically, from what I can tell, it's the blue side here, this light blue, typical Karl Fazer branding. But when it's milk chocolates, it's this colour there. And this here is for your the unique colour for this particular flavour, and the salty popcorn is here. It says new on the top. I think I've had this before though, believe it or not. I do like these chocolates, so I do try to get hold of them whenever I can. Looks quite nice really. And the popcorn's, I wouldn't say it's the new, salted caramel, but there's definitely been a few popcorn chocolates that I've seen recently, or at least one other anyway, so maybe not a few, but you know. There we go. So yes, so quite nice. So for those of you who don't know, haven't seen any of my videos, Karl Fazer is a Finnish brand, see the made in Finland there. Very nice chocolates actually, pretty much some of my favourites. They're really jam-packed full of whatever fillings they have generally. You know, they're really a nice chocolate and nice filling, and yeah. You can get them in smaller bars, I believe, for the most part. This is because I have to get them from Amazon or something like that. I can't get them in my local shop, so I tend to just get a big bar, you know. So there we go. So this is a 200 gram bar. It's quite chunky. There we go. So despite it being finished, there's a whole range of languages on the back and ingredients and things, but it's a bit hard to find everything. I always have trouble, so I do apologise. But before I do get onto that, before I forget, let's just give it a measure. There's no flourishes here, which is good. No, it's quite tight on the side of the bar. It's just over 22 centimetres, about let's say 22.25 roughly. So not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. So let's have a look for the actual vital statistics. Let's see. Can't find it. Usually it does stand out to some extent, but I can't see it at all this time. I do apologise. Okay, oh, here we go. I think I can roughly see it here. Yeah, so per 100 grams, it kind of tells you in a few different. Yes, 536 calories per 100 grams. So in this whole bar, there's 1,072 calories in this whole bar, so that's massive. It's highly calorific. See what it says. I think it's roughly saying 32 grams of fat. Does that say per 100 grams? Yeah, so 32 grams of fat. So it's 64 grams of fat. Sounds very heavy. 19 grams of which are saturates, so that's 38 grams of fat. It's sounds very extreme. That, but it does say per 100 grams. Just can't believe that. That's very high. Wow, that's very high. Yeah, so I'll just go over that again. So about 1,072 calories. 64 grams of fat. Yeah, correct, I just can't believe it. 38 of which are saturates, so it's quite high. So if we say, so half it's 100 grams, so half the bar. So roughly a quarter of the bar, which is 50 grams, is half of that. So let's say, I think a quarter of the bar is what you'd probably eat. So if we bear that in mind, so that's basically half of what I've just said. So yeah, so it's about 238. Let's say 268. 238. 268. Calories in a quarter of this bar, which is more or less what you'd eat. 16 grams of fat, 9.5 of which is saturated. So that's what you would basically, a reasonable amount is a quarter of the bar. So it's probably 8 segments. It's a segmented bar. I think that's probably 8 segments. It's still very high, really. So, you know, yeah, so be warned. But right, anyway, enough of that. I think we need to get in there. So let's have a look. So yes, so those of you who don't know, there's a bit of blurb on the inside talking about the Fazer tradition and the way the chocolate's made and things, which is nice. It's basically a family company and things like this. So you can see it comes with this nice foil wrap as well, which I do like. It says Karl Fazer on it, as you can tell. Just slightly upside down, but yes. Yeah, so I always say it's nice for you to be able to rub it and fill in the dents when you're young, you know, with these foil wrappers. You can't quite do it with this one. I think it's a bit too tight, but right, so here we go. So let's give it a quick measure before we do. So not very scientific. It's about 22 centimeters, so it's not lost much at all really with that. So there's no flourishes. So there you go. And as you can see, it's split in half actually here. You can see that there. But if I lift this to you, just give it a shake, you can see how full of filling it is, which I really like. I really like that a lot. You can see there, so the salty popcorn. And you can see, let's give it a shake again, the design there. It does say Fazer in the segments. That's quite nice. So just see how many segments there are. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, so there's an 8x4. So 32 segments. But as I say, if you bear in mind what I was saying before, because it's pretty much a quarter of it is 8 segments. So 8 segments is very high in calories. So 200 odd. What did we say? 268 calories. So it's quite high, and I could quite easily eat the whole of this bar right now. So yeah, just be careful. Okay, so let's give it a bit of a snap. You can see almost looks like a bit of corn there actually, rather than popcorn. That is just literally a kernel of corn there. I'm not sure. Don't think it is, because they're quite prominent everywhere else actually. Yeah, that we can see. We can see just how full of filling it is. I mean, it really is full of filling. More so at the bottom than the top, I think. But even so, still at the top in places. Yeah, very impressive, really. Yeah, so you can see. No, it's very full of very full of filling, I'd say. So I do like. Try and just cut a bit. Okay, just to see so we don't get any bits escaping. Yeah, so it's a typical segment. I've probably not picked the best one really, because you can see the way the rest of them are filled, but you can see the filling there. So there's quite a lot of filling. It's underneath as well. Probably not picked a very good representative of the fillings there, but don't think that really does it justice. But yeah, they're not really doing it much justice by me doing that, really. There's nothing there at all, but they really, I think that's not fair. I think if you really look at the rest of it, you know, it is full of as a whole. I mean, just look at that, you know, and then underneath. Okay, so right, let's give it a go. Wow, that's definitely popcorn flavoured. That's very nice. I don't know if you saw my review. I did a review of a Galaxy Caramel Duo or something. In fact, it was sort of salty, but it was like a half and half bar. One half was caramel, salted caramel, and the other half was it was salty popcorn, and the other half was caramel or salted caramel, and the other half was popcorn. One or the other. But the gist of it was, you couldn't taste any popcorn whatsoever, really. It was so small pieces and it was just rubbish. But this one, you can definitely taste it. It's got a very subtle salty texture as well. It's not a big salty texture. It's very subtle. It's very nice actually. And the milk chocolate's very typical Karl Fazer milk chocolate. It's very nice. It's not really soft and as creamy as Cadbury chocolate. It doesn't really melt. It's not really melting in my fingers, for instance, which Cadbury's chocolate would be doing. But you know, it's not that far off really. It's a nice chocolate actually. I do like it a lot. There's lots of it really is a proper popcorn chocolate. This, I mean, it really is. It's not far from being chocolate covered popcorn. You know, there's that much popcorn in it. And it does taste very nice. It's very crunchy. It's not overly cooked popcorn, I'd say. I don't know how they've done it, but it's close to still being corn. So you can see, and I think we kind of touched on that before. It's not, you know, but I think that sounds worse than it is, because it's not hard. It doesn't hurt your teeth or anything like that. It's just not as fluffy as real popcorn. And I think that's probably done on purpose to make it work as a chocolate bar, because I think it would be obviously be too big otherwise for the bar, because it'd be massive popcorn chunks, and you probably well, it'd just be too big, wouldn't it? I think that's enough of a reason. But yeah, it's very, very nice actually. I do like it a lot. I think it probably is a bit. It's bordering on being too close to hard, I think, but they've just managed to keep it just on that side of being okay. You know, it's yeah, they've obviously nailed it to a T really, but it's very close. You might be a bit put off by the fact it's not quite as fluffy as popcorn is, but it gives you a very nice crunch, and it has a very subtle salty taste. It doesn't really taste of salt at all. It's very subtle. Just enough for the popcorn not to just be a nothing popcorn, you know, there's just enough flavour there just to make it taste a bit more than just a flavourless popcorn. But you don't really taste, it doesn't really taste of salt, if you know what I mean. Salted caramel, for instance, does taste a bit more salty than this. But yeah, it's very nice, very crunchy. Definitely tastes of popcorn. A lovely, smooth, milky chocolate. No, it's another great Karl Fazer flavour. I think I've done a great job here. Just be careful on the calories. It's very nice. It really is. I wouldn't say it's my favourite Karl Fazer one, because I just think popcorn probably isn't the best flavour you can have. But it is really nice, and it does taste of popcorn. It's just, yeah, it is lovely. A definite 4 out of 5 for me. 4 out of 5, definitely. It's really nice, and could quite happily finish this off. I just think the popcorn's probably too plain a flavour for me. It doesn't really have much of a flavour. There's not a big salty flavour there. You know, maybe if they made it caramel popcorn or had a bit more of a salty flavour, I don't know. But still, the texture's really nice. It's nice and crunchy and crispy. As I say, it's a bit of an underdone popcorn. It's not big popcorn for obvious reasons, because it'd be too big for the bar. Each piece of popcorn would be massive, you know, so they couldn't really do that. But they've really done it quite well actually. You know, I've not tasted any bits that have been too hard or anything. It's been a good halfway house, I think, between just being full on popcorn and the sort of the crunchier, smaller, more of a corn size of it. So yeah, very nice. I'm very impressed with that, and I think they've done a good job. Yes, 4 out of 5 for sure. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that review. You know the drill. Follow me on Twitter and subscribe and like my videos and things like this. Get in touch as always. Let me know what you think, and if you tried this, let me know your thoughts on it and if you liked it. And if you've got any recommendations, of course, I'd always love to hear what they are. Okay then, well, I hope you have a lovely day. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care, guys. Bye for now. See ya.